Alright guys, so welcome to another video for the Poco F3, also known as Mi 11X. Now, as I have been saying again and again in all of my videos, this of course is my daily driver these days. So it becomes a little more important for me to find out which is the best ROM for daily driver and stuff like that. Now, K20 Pro and Poco X3 Pro are equally important. I'm going to be using those devices as my personal devices as well. But for now, in today's video, we have the complete review for Pixel OS on this particular device. I've been using it since yesterday and I've been pleasantly surprised by how smooth, how fluid, how stable and how good performing this particular ROM is. So before we get into the complete review, there are two things. If you haven't already, please subscribe because it doesn't cost you anything and it really motivates us to make amazing content like this. Now without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to PhoneOps. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Now the second thing that I was talking about in the intro is we of course have a giveaway of our PhoneOps Gears cases going on. You can choose any of the models that we support. You can ask us after you win that particular giveaway. We're going to give away 10 such smartphone cases across 10 weeks starting the first week of May. The link for the contest is mentioned in the description. So go ahead and participate and make sure you follow us and share it with all your loved ones. Now let's see what we have here. We have Pixel OS official ROM S Elliot. Elliot is the code name for this particular device. Android 12.1 updated on the 27th of April 2022. So this is a fairly recent update. Now let's look at the device changelog. Update power profiles to Android 12.1, update to latest no kernel beta, update corner radius from stock, align side FPS ripple animation, fix video calling, some QTI Bluetooth fixes and improvements. I have checked that Bluetooth works fine. Fix MI Fair NFC, I don't know what that is. Fix AOD animation with deep sleep. New high polling rate implementation. Source side. Implemented live display and HBM. RAM improvements. Now those are the changes. The recommended firmware for the first time I'm seeing is MIUI 13.0.3. I have flashed this on MIUI 13.0.4 Indian firmware of the 11X and it works fine. Now this ROM of course comes with GApps pre-installed. So let's see what is so exciting about Pixel OS latest update for this device. Now the moment you boot into this device, you will see that you have a very basic Android 12 or 12.1 stuff going on. If you enable themed icons and you select one of the curated culture wallpapers, it looks very beautiful. You have a bunch of quick tiles over here and to the left of course you have Google Feed, which is so butter smooth that yeah, I was comparing it with the iPhone 12 yesterday. Of course, there are other factors in which the iPhone 12 might win, but at least in terms of scrolling smoothness, this is just next level. It works absolutely fine. The animations are great. The app icon animations are precise. Even if you go to the multitasking menu, you have a slight hint of haptic feedback going on, which is just the right mix of vibration and smoothness, and it makes you feel really nice. You do have screenshot, expanded screenshot, select for text, and all these features are present and they work absolutely fine. If you go all the way to the left, you do have the clear all option, which is working like a charm. Now if you go to the quick tiles over here, you will see that you do have a bunch of extra quick tiles like extra dim, ambient display, always on display, heads up enable disable, caffeine, live display, reading mode, sync, and all these things. So these quick tiles are present and they work absolutely fine. You do have the screen recorder, which allows you to record internal and external audio, and it doesn't lag even while recording. So that's a good thing. Another important thing to note that I've started covering from today is let's disable Wi-Fi. And as you can see over here, you have LTE plus, which means you have carrier aggregation working. At least in India, I am on Jio, so it works absolutely fine. Let me know in the comment section if it is working for you or not. Right now, apart from this, if you see, I've installed a few applications which I use daily and I wanted to test, but the ROM doesn't really have a lot of bloatware. I do have this Gcam which came bundled with this particular ROM and it does a decent job. If you load up XMLs and you switch to another Gcam which is specially designed or meant or modded for the 11X or the Poco F3, you will have a much better experience. Now moving on, let's actually go to settings over here. Let's go to about, let's go to the Android version, April security patch. The kernel here is no kernel, and this is Android 12, of course. No changes to this particular menu over here as far as 12 and 12.1 is concerned, so everything fine here. Now as I said, Monet UI is working and it does a brilliant job of theming your icons, your whole color interface of the user interface. It works absolutely fine, no problem whatsoever. Now I'd like to share something important over here as far as this ROM is concerned. The charging speed, I felt the charging speed was something like 26 or 27 watt. It doesn't really felt like it didn't really felt like 33 watts. But the good thing here is the battery backup is insane. I got around 6.5 to 7 hours of screen on time across 18 to 19 hours of usage, in which I did game for 30 to 45 minutes, and with 60 FPS smooth extreme, the gameplay experience was pretty solid. Even with screen recording, there were no stutters and no jitters. So the performance is on point, the battery backup is on point, the charging speed at least on this particular ROM can be better, but it all is compensated when you look at the stability and the smoothness. Now there's one thing that is missing in this particular ROM, and that is the pocket mode. I was not able to find it, and a lot of times when I put the phone in my pocket facing my thighs or any area where my body touches the screen indirectly as well, it does trigger accidental touches. So a big request to the PixieOS team, please go ahead and implement pocket mode, because it is really essential. And if it is already implemented, let me know where that is, because I have not been able to find it. Let's actually go to display and see if we have anything of that sort. So we will talk about the special features of this ROM one by one. Now if you go to network and internet, everything is standard, no major changes there. If you go to connected devices, Bluetooth is working as expected. If you go to apps, you do have the gaming dashboard, which is available and works fine. Notifications gives you access to notification history and all the other good Android 12 stuff, so that works okay as well. Moving on, if we stay in settings and we go to battery, you will see that you do have thermal profile. Now they did mention that they have high touch polling rate, but it's not there in this menu. I have put all the applications and the games to benchmark and stuff. Now as you can see, battery usage, I went all the way to 11% and then I charged again, but for some reason it's not showing the usage over here. But I'll tell you, the battery usage or the battery backup on this particular ROM is pretty decent, pretty rock solid. Now moving on, if you actually go to the next menu, that is display, there are a lot of things included over here. So if you go to lock screen, you have privacy, these are basic things, but always show time and info, double tap to sleep on lock screen and stuff. These options are present and they work absolutely fine. Battery estimates can be seen over here, right, in the expanded status bar. You have night lights, you have boosted colors as an option, saturated, and you can choose adaptive as well. Moving on, you have smooth display, which enables 120 Hz. You can also force the peak refresh rate to put almost each and every app in 120 Hz mode. Now, good thing to note over here is under ambient display, of course, you have the gestures for always on display, and you have the option to enable always on display as well. But what you also have over here is per app refresh rate. Now I've tried this and it works fine, but I rather choose to keep force peak refresh rate active because that gives me a pretty good experience. Now apart from this, you have Monet UI doing its magic in wallpaper and style, so nothing new there. Security has your fingerprint unlock and face unlock, so that works fine, no issues there whatsoever. Now I'll directly jump to the system part, in which you do have the gestures options for swipe to screenshot with expanded screenshot and stuff like that. As you can see, it is definitely present and it works okay. You do have customization in the system navigation menu. Gesture indicator can be enabled and disabled as well. You have the quickly open camera, enable advanced restart, playback control, and tap to sleep. So not only this ROM is smooth and stable to be used as a daily driver, because I am using UPI apps, I am using banking applications, Play Store certification is present, Widevine L1 is present. So I don't see any major issues with this particular ROM. Let's go ahead and talk about performance numbers, and let's also check if this gets Google Photos unlimited storage. So if you go to Photos over here, okay, you get unlimited storage. So moving on, first let's have a look at the Antutu benchmark number. What score did we get? 684,836, a little better than MIUI. Also, if you go to Geekbench over here, you will see that the single core score is 940 and multi-core is 2836. So pretty decent scores as far as the benchmark numbers are concerned. The built-in Gcam does a decent job, and this ROM has not disappointed me apart from not having the pocket mode. This is definitely a daily driver. You should not have any issues with this ROM, be it gaming or using banking applications or somewhat relying on the camera, not completely. So all in all, Pixel OS latest update for Elliot, Mi 11X, Poco F3, splendid job. Go ahead and give it a try and let me know in the comment section what you think about this video, and do participate in that giveaway. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at PhoneOps. Keep smiling, take care, goodbye.